The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
When life shapes us, when love anchors us, when loss changes us, we are not left behind. We are carried forward, held by faith, rooted in purpose, finding our way. This is Carried Forward, a space for stories of resilience, purpose, and forward resolve. Hi, good morning, and welcome to Carried Forward. I'm Shauna Nissen, your host. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about when life asks you to pause. Last week I took a pause. Those of you that have been following along with my episodes noticed that I put out a message saying that I was pausing to be with family. And that wasn't because I don't care about this platform and it's not important to me. It hasn't been, it's been so beneficial to me, and I'm so grateful to Military Broadcast Radio for making this platform available to veterans. But I took a pause because I think it's important that when we have things in our lives that you feel like you need to be present for, that you do, no matter what you're doing, be it work or, podcast or other projects, that when you see and feel that your family needs you, that you do have the opportunity to do that, that you take the pause and you are present. So that's what I did last week. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, how that made me feel, asking you guys, have you ever done that? Is that important to you? It doesn't have to be family. It just has to be situations that you feel that you need to pause. Have you ever done that? Have you ever taken a situation and needed to be present with them and put everything else on pause? If you have a message in the comments, let me know why, or has there been a time that you thought you needed to pause but you couldn't, and then that really affected you? I think I've had a little bit of both. I've gone and done things when I wasn't able to pause, and then I've more recently throughout my life been intentional about the pauses that I do take. So I was grateful to be able to help family, and it filled my soul and my cup, and I think it helped them. And also it was Easter time. I hope everyone had a wonderful Easter, and just remembering what Jesus has done for us in the resurrection and dying, and then the most important step is resurrection. And I hope you were able to take some time to pause with that and remember how special you are to him, and just enjoy Easter and the season, and hopefully some family. Talking in regards to taking that pause for family, and just in general, when you feel like you have a lot of things going on, but you intentionally take time to focus on one area of your life, be it helping others or focusing on something in your life. I think it's important that we do that. And oftentimes I know in America, we go, and the more we're doing is the more productive we are, the more successful we are, that we oftentimes don't take the time to pause and focus on one thing. It's always, what are all the things that you're doing? And last week I was able to step back and think about that a little bit and help family and focus on other people's needs a little bit more than mine. And that felt good. One, as a breather and my own things going on in life. But then two, to realize like people do need each other, and that's what friends and family should be for when you need a little help, be it because you have newborn babies and life happening and appointments and you can't make it there, then, or maybe it's just you need someone to talk to, that you need someone to come over and like, have some wine with you, or maybe not even that, just cook you some dinner or something, or take you out. I think it's important that we look around us and our families and our friends. And last week I spoke about sometimes people seem strong, and they still need someone to like check in and see how you're doing. And I think this plays right into that. Like sometimes pause and look around and see if you can help others with what they're needing, and how that affects you. Like it can affect you in ways like you feel pulled in two different directions, because I did feel that a little bit. And then also it may make you feel like you're falling behind, or that you've got off rhythm, in which all those things happened. But overall, I think what the most important thing that came from that is that I wasn't really falling behind. I can catch up on anything that I needed to get done, to include this podcast episode. But most importantly, it helped me and my family. It helped me take a pause and breathe and look around and see what things that I need to focus on and get done. And then it also was able to help not just one family member, but several. And that filled my soul. So I think it's important that we realize that sometimes the projects and the work and the productivity that we're doing maybe can be paused, and we can look around and help our family members. And that also fills our soul. And speaking about that, the bigger truth and heart of this episode is that you can stay committed and take pauses and love on your family and still get back to what you need to be doing. Because showing up for people that we love, it's not a failure. It's not like, sometimes I know with me, I feel like, oh gosh, pausing and helping with these, be it friends or family, it's going to take me away from what I need to get done. And did it really move my needle forward? And I would say maybe not in productive land, it didn't, but in my soul and in how I'm feeling in regards to loving on others and showing them love, that made such a difference for me. And it's important to realize that it all is one big story, right? One big journey. It's not just our productivity and our finances and our relationships. They're all one together. And I know for me, that's hard sometimes to realize that they all help one another too, right? If we're doing good in relationships and feeling good about helping our families and be able to be there for them, then we're going to be able to have our cup full and be able to move forward in other areas of our lives of being productive, getting projects done, finding that job, working towards whatever financial freedom looks like for you, those kinds of things. Those all play hand in hand. And I think that we sometimes forget that our personal relationships are just as important as everything else going on in our life when we're trying to be productive. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. I just think it's important to realize that. And some other areas that I think are super important are pausing in our own day-to-day life. Like every morning, I try to pause. And before I start my day, and I spoke last week in regards to kind of my routine, but I've noticed that when I don't do that, that I don't take that pause in the morning, and lately that it's been several weeks that I haven't been able to focus on doing that pause in the morning. It kind of gets me off kilter. So it's important to realize that oftentimes, and you may not be a morning person like me, you may be an evening person. So taking that pause in the evening might be what you need, but just not only taking pauses for our family members. And sorry, my voice is giving me some trouble this morning, but not even it's not even just about taking pause for our family members or our friends, but it's taking a pause in our own life for ourselves. And that might be like I do in the morning, typically every morning, I try to focus on being in the Word. I meditate. I do a little bit of stretching and exercises. I do a little journaling. And then I also do a little reading. So those are areas that I think are important to me to get my brain working and get my mind in the right focused area. And so that all works hand in hand. So not only do we pause our productivity sometimes and for our families and friends, but we should more often pause for ourselves. Be that in the morning, be that in the evening or the afternoon. Just take a breather, a break. It's just so important to realize that pausing, taking a break, a breather isn't quitting. It's just resetting and helping yourself get focused. And honestly, you won't really lose progress. It may feel that way, because maybe what you needed to get done didn't get done exactly at the right time. But giving yourself that pause gives you more capacity. That's what I've realized lately. And now it is a struggle. I will say sometimes that I maybe wait too long to take that breather and pause. And then so my body and my mind force me to do that. And I wouldn't recommend that. You should take your breaks, take your pauses before your capacity gets too limited. If I'm honest, lately, I'm glad that I took that family pause, because lately I think that I've been stretching my capacity and not taking the pauses that I needed to take. And then therefore my system, my body, my mind, especially, was like, you know what? No, you need to take a breather right now. And you haven't been putting in what you need to do, so you need to rest. And that's difficult for me, because then I'm like, oh, wow, Trana, what are you doing? That's not productive. But if I would have taken those pauses that I needed to, that I know I need to, then I wouldn't have gotten into the situation of like, everything needs to stop. And truly the progress when you're taking the true pauses for yourself and your life, for family, friends, for your own well-being, then you won't lose progress, because you'll just take a small pause and then you'll move forward, probably with more capacity and more focus. So mainly today, this is not a huge eye-opening podcast. I just wanted to get on here and talk about things that are going on in my life that I thought I have learned recently more and more that I need to allow myself to step back and step away and then come back to whatever I'm doing. It's just truly, truly important. And I would love to hear what other people do and what kind of pauses that you take. Do you find it more soul feeding to go and be with family, or to go and take a solo getaway? What really helps you with your day to day and stay focused and progressing forward? Do you take do you have a morning routine or an evening routine? How does that look for you? I'd be interested to know, because my main focus and the areas that I enjoy and seems to help me is to taking those pauses in the morning every day and refocusing myself. And then when I feel that family needs me or friends need me, and it's something that is important and I feel that I can help in those situations, then I take that pause away from what I'm doing. And I remember that pausing isn't quitting, and that taking this little pause will enable me to have bigger capacity. And even when I start to feel like I'm falling behind, or like, oh, I shouldn't have took that pause, or I need to get that done, I soon realize that those thoughts are not the truth. And so often I know that my thoughts often are not telling me the truth in regards to what's actually going on. I mean, just meaning that I don't know about you, but I oftentimes am most critical to myself, and you're not doing what you need to do, and this isn't going to work out, and all that. So what I've learned is taking those pauses and helping family and giving love where it's needed enables me to breathe truth into myself. And that helps me so, so much. I just wanted to get on here and share these things with you, because this past week was just a wonderful pause and wonderful just breathe into my soul time. And I did miss getting on here and talking, but I thought it was worth doing an episode to say, you know what, sometimes when you step away or you have to pause, it's okay. And it doesn't mean that you're failing or falling behind. It means that you're resetting and giving yourself more capacity often. So I hope that this message speaks to you. If you've had to step away on something that truly matters, I want you to know that it didn't fall off, and that you're just living your life. That's all we're trying to do, and you can come back just like I have, and none of us are behind. We're just all becoming. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my episode today. I hope that it spoke to you. I hope that you will give me some comments and feedback. Let me know what are some pauses that you've taken, or is there a pause that you've taken that has caused you to stumble and didn't help? I would love to hear the different sides of that. And thank you again for being here. I hope everyone did have a wonderful Easter. And also want to just thank Military Broadcast Radio for providing this platform. It's such a wonderful, wonderful way for us veterans to speak our mind, speak what's on our hearts, and share it with you. Have a wonderful day, and know that no matter what's going on, you're being carried forward one way or another. And it's just Thanks for being here. Beautiful time with you. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
and all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.